it's Kate here with another video for Outdoor Escapists and another installment in my trip to Norway. We're currently in Bergen and we've been here for about 2 days, so we've been staying at a house to try and recover from the kayaking trip, and we went and saw Bull's house yesterday because it's right across the fjord from where we're staying. I did not even know that this guy existed, but he's this famous violinist. Heard some of his music, it's pretty cool. And his house is just this mishmash of crazy sort of Russian and like southern Spain and various different styles. It's pretty eclectic. But yeah, now we're in Bergen for the day. We've just walked through the fish markets and we're going to explore some of the older sections of the city. And then in the next few days we're going to go look at a glacier and stuff, just general stuff around the Bergen area. So that's what's the plan. That is what the plan is for the time being. And yeah, so we're going to keep on walking and see what we can see. Behind me we've got a stave church, which is pretty old looking and pretty cool. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of wooden buildings here and yeah, just some general history. So it's going to be pretty awesome exploring Bergen. So we're in the old Bergen village thing, very kitschy, very touristy, but Christmas decor! Yes! It's Christmas! There's baubles here, they're what are they? Munblast glass hand malt. So I think that means something like, I don't know what munblast means, but hand malt is pretty obvious. Handmade glass blower, I'm assuming. Oh, and they're actually like pretty cheap. They're like 135 krona, which is divided by 6. So it's about 20 bucks, or just over 20 bucks. Maybe like 22 and a half. That's what it is. So it's a smidge tempting. But they don't have any designs that I like. They're all white and red. And okay, Christmas is really important, okay? So Christmas has to be, the colours have to match. And so last year we did gold and blue, and I'm happy to do red and silver, or silver and gold is a bit meh, but white and gold, or like clear and gold, or clear and silver, or something. Like, you know, you pick a metallic colour like a silver or a gold, and you pick a highlight colour like a blue or a red or a pink or whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter what it is. But white and red, it's just not. I really wanted to buy one, but I just can't. But it's a Christmas shop. Okay, so we're in the Bergen Visitor Centre now. We've done quite a lot this morning. We've just had some lunch from the fish market, so we went and got a little bread with smoked salmon on top of it. Some of the other people got some paella, I can never pronounce it properly, with mussels and prawns. But we went to the Rosenkrantz Tower this morning, which is pretty cool. A lot of up and down, but like not amazingly cool. But this place, Hakon's Hole, the Great Hall, was just like amazing. It was really cool. Not much else there other than the Great Hall, but it was pretty cool. And then we went to what was it called? Bergen's Museum, which was also pretty cool, but they had an art exhibition up the top, and art from the guy who wrote Snorri the Seal, and he was a resistance fighter, and so it was all very political, but his cartoons were really, really cool. Yeah, so that was really enjoyable for this morning, and yeah, like I said, we just had some lunch. It's now about like, I don't know, 2:30, 3, and we're gonna go up to the top of the mountain. We caught the funicular up to the top of the mountain up in Bergen, and you can see behind me amazing view. That is so cool. But very crowded, lots of tourists. We're going to walk down, we're not going to catch it down. So we finished our time in Bergen yesterday with a nice trip up the funicular, and then we walked back down the hill, but unfortunately the camera died, so I couldn't get photos of the walking trails and stuff, but they were really nice, so definitely if you're ever in Bergen, check that out. But today we are going to see the glacier. Which glacier are we going to see? What is it called? A glacier. I will get back to you on that.
Folgefonna?
Folgefonna. So we're on a ferry at the moment, as you can see. It is very, very, very heavy. And it's kind of chilly. But yeah, the ferry is like the only way to get across here. Because we're going over the Hardanger Fjord. Not very good with names. And yeah, so we're just about to finish. There's like a cafeteria down the bottom, but the trip's been like, I don't know, like 10 minutes or something. It's not really worth getting a coffee, really. But yeah, so we're just about to land, and then we'll be heading up towards the glacier.
It's just been so nice standing here.
It's so pretty. But yeah, glacier time. Okay, so the wind is going to be terrible. We went up to the top of the glacier, or to see the glacier, and got out of the car and basically blew away. So we pretty much, there were a couple of groups up there who were going to trek onto the glacier, but they were all like prepared with gear and stuff. They're like, are you coming with us? And we're like, no. Not that we wouldn't normally want to do that, but we don't have the gear and we didn't plan for that. And yeah, but it was kind of cool, although the ski lodge was there and it was just like a cafe with a defunct ski lift and it was really dirty. But the actual glacier itself looked cool. We just couldn't get up onto it because, yeah, the conditions are bad and we don't want to die. And yeah, so behind me is way down the gorge, and that wind is really bad. It's not too bad at the moment. Get my strap out of the way. I can actually stand up, but before it was basically like you couldn't stand up, so yeah. Anyway, we're going to head down the hill now and try and find a different way to see the glacier if we can. made it up the top. I don't know that I actually said where we were at the start of this little segment. So after the other glacier wasn't a success, we took the tunnel which goes underneath the glacier plateau to a town called Odda, or something, double D, something, Odda. Anyway, so there's a lot of walking trails around there. The famous, you know, the Instagram pose where everyone's on that rock that like sticks out like that, and there's a fjord, and they're like all like star jumps or handstands or something like that on the edge of this cliff. So that's here, but that's a 10-hour return trip walk out of town, so we're not going to do that one because we don't have that much daylight left. So we thought we'd do a little short one that's near the town. It's just straight up this hill here. And yeah, glacier. It's a glacier. Yay! Yay! Rosie's got to the top. Helen's at the top. Hello. Everybody's at the top. We did it. We made it. It was really steep and slippery on the way up. It was like 3 points of contact, actual climb sort of stuff. Like in Australia, you'd probably label it a grade 4 or something. So coming down is going to be heaps fun because it's going to be like so slippery. There's so much water around. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. And it was a really, really nice walk. So good and amazing. Glacier, so cool. Okay, so we made it back down to the bottom of the hill, and you know, without incident and all that. I did not use the wimp ropes. They had ropes dangling to help people get up and down the rocks. I didn't use those, but plenty of other people did. There was this kid in front of us, and he obviously had never done anything before like this in his life. Like, I say kid, he was, you know, mid to late teens, and he was in struggle town. So, you know, we sort of let him get a bit in front of us. I think he was a bit depressed how quickly we kept catching up each time, so we gave him a bit of room. Anyway, so we got back down to Bergen, and just did a few other things here and there, had a few quiet days, or a quiet day, and we went to the leprosy museum, and I was all super psyched about this. I was like, I'm going to film it, it's going to be amazing, leprosy museum, the history, the everything, it'll be so cool. And we got in there, and yeah, okay, it was pretty cool. So it was just like this hole, and you could tell, like, it was a leprosy hospital, you could tell, because there was a gate, and then there was like a wall, like the entrance to the building was around in this courtyard, so the lepers couldn't get out and talk to normal people. It was really, really sad. So, I mean, yeah, you got the history of the disease, you got the science behind it as well, and how they discovered the science behind it, and all of that really cool stuff, which was awesome. But then they had this whole section on the human impact, and I mean, a lot of museums will have stories and stuff, but they won't be that sort of confronting and sad. This was just story after story of these poor people that just basically, well, I mean, you know, lepers, they were shunned from society because they just had this not hugely contagious but highly debilitating disease. It was just like, we all came out of there just going, wow, like, it was really depressing. So then Rosie and I went and got a coffee and some lunch, and we all met up at the Hurtigruten terminal. So as of right now, we've left Bergen and I am on a boat, and so therefore I'm going to finish the Bergen video here, and I will be starting the Hurtigruten video and the boat video very shortly. But anyway guys, if you liked this video about Bergen, can you leave me a like and leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and let me know if there were any other cool places in Bergen that we missed, or that, you know, were what your favourite bit was. And yeah, thanks guys very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!